At this point in the game, we have a somewhat long, complicated puzzle. It's over in Grigor's tablet. Right here.
This must be some sort of code.
See, we have tokens which have colors and they need to be paired. It's kind of long and complicated. The other puzzle here is what's in the box, about snooping through Xenia's things. We can't snoop through Xenia's stuff right now because she's busy playing with her stuff, so let's solve the other puzzle. Here's a book about famous people, famous Greeks, Socrates, Aristotle, Hippocrates, Alexander the Great. When Alexander first came to Athens, he was just Alexander, the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad Greek. And when he left Athens, he became Alexander the Great. So, this Alexander guy is pretty important, you know, he's nobody to scoff at.
Is this a sphinx?
And we have a sphinx. Okay, well, interesting, I guess.
I need to slide the stones to the correct positions.
So, before we solve the puzzle, let me just explain how it's supposed to be done. Tokens match with each other. For example, the S for Sappho goes with her poem, the E for Euripides goes with the tragedy mask, the A for Archimedes goes with the Archimedes screw. So once you figure out which pairs are which, you need to put them in the proper spots. So Archimedes goes in blue, the architect goes in green, so on and so forth. Put all of those together, and you still have a slider puzzle to get everything where it's supposed to go. Haha! Let's start with this. Move the X down and the catechist staff orange. You move the E to purple, then the S to center. Then we move the Archimedes screw to the inner blue. Then we move the S to the blue. And the Archimedes A is going to go here with the Archimedes screw. Next we're going to move the poem to purple. And we're going to move the temple to its final spot. The temple ends up in green, so now it's in place. We're going to move the E to the center. Then we're going to move the catechist to the orange. Then the X to the purple. Then the Phi to the orange. And the E to the red. And as you can see, we're just sort of shuffling things around in a clockwise motion. That's all we're doing there. We're moving the X to the center. We're going to move the catechist to the purple. We're going to move the mask to green. And X to red. Technically, it's not an X, it's technically the letter Chi, but I'm calling it an X to avoid confusion. So, mask is going to go to orange. Catechist is going to go to center, so Phi can go to green. Then the E to the orange. Then we're going to move the catechist to the red. The poem is going to go to purple. Sigma is going to go to center here, so the Archimedes A can go to blue. And Sigma goes back to purple. Master Sleuth mode is going to have the exact same solution, except we don't have a line here or here, so it's going to be more difficult. We're going to have to do more of the tile sharing. Like this, we move X down in the catechist's left, and you'll notice the two of them are sharing a tile. We're going to do tile sharing here with the Archimedes blue, so move the E to purple, the Sigma to center, then the Archimedes screw goes here in place. We move the Sigma to blue, and the Archimedes A right below the Archimedes screw. Now the mask is going to go to purple. We're going to move the temple to the inner red, and we're going to move Phi to red. So this is just temporary. Eventually we're going to move those two out of the way because that's not where they go. Catechist is going to go to green now. And the X is going to go to orange. The E is going to go to the inner orange, and the mask is going to go to the outer orange. Now we want the X to the left purple, not the right purple, but the left purple. The Catechist to red. The Phi to the green. And we want to move the temple to purple. Now we're going to move the X to the red, because that's where the X goes. And we're going to move the poem to purple, so we can move the temple to green, which is where the temple goes. Now we want to move mask to orange, the poem to purple, Sigma to center, the A to blue, and Sigma to purple.
Something really strange is going on here. I need to let Melina know about everything I found.
Now, something I didn't point out was that some of the tiles had eyes on them. The tiles with eyes meant they were letter tiles, not picture tiles.
Why would Grigor be hiding this seal?
And you'll notice Nancy gave a little speech about needing to call Melina. That appears after you've solved this puzzle and you've opened up the poster in front, and when you've seen the little Sphinx thingy here. I think those are the 3 triggers for that particular phone conversation. I could be wrong.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going? We've got a problem.
We might have a problem.
How bad?
I think the production team is potentially swapping real artwork with props.
How sure are you?
I found evidence that some of the museum sculptures, vases, even jewelry may not be real anymore.
That is very bad.
Do you think they're stealing?
Yes. Are you ready to become an expert?
As ready as I'll ever be.
You need to test the vase, the jewelry as well. Get on the computer. The database is there. The password is Calliope.
Okay, I think I can handle that.
Do not get caught. If the vase on display is the prop, we have a major, major issue. Same goes for the jewelry.
I'll do my best.
Thank you. I'm going to connect with the authorities just in case. You get started in the meantime.
Well, I want to solve this puzzle.
I'll let you go.
Bye.
So, I'm going to talk to Melina later. I like this puzzle. So the password is Calliope. Okay, and we have those things. So we need to find a spectroscope and a piece of pottery in order to test the necklace and the earrings. So, piece of pottery. That was simple enough. The spectroscope is over here. It's where Thanos usually hangs out. For whatever reason, he was just holding a spectroscope. Why would Thanos have a spectroscope? I don't know. I don't even know what a spectroscope is. It's just, yeah. Okay, now we have our things. So let's see.
It's a fake.
Dun dun dun!
Emeralds don't look like that. This is a fake.
Dun 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 dun! Oh no! Everything is a fake! Melina, we've got a problem.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh hey, how's it going? We've been robbed.
The earrings and necklace on display are fake. I can prove it.
It makes no difference.
What are you talking about? Of course it does.
You were wrong. You did it wrong. I should never have asked you because I knew you'd screw it up, just like you always do.
What is wrong with you?
Just accept that you are wrong and shut your mouth about it.
Melina.
Please.
Does this mean I'm not getting paid for my work? Aww.